Today we will talk about XDC and the DTCC and how they acquired Securrency and how that is very, very big news because they move quadrillions worth of value each and every year, and how that is both tied into XLM, as we can see here, and how it ties back into XRP, not only by way of R3 Corda, but because of Ripple's involvement with the DTCC as well. So if we go to this announcement from December 11th of 2023, we can see that the DTCC, which is the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, completes acquisition of tokenization solution currency or Securrency. I'm not too sure how that is actually pronounced. I actually did a video on this that concentrated on XDC and XLM about a month or two ago at this point, but I didn't really speak a whole lot on XRP. But now things are much more clear. So the important thing is that at the bottom of the article here, it says that meanwhile, last year, DTCC launched Project Ion, which is a post-trade, can't say STs, settlement solution. It runs in parallel with DTCC's classic settlement system, which remains the system of record, presumably to adhere to SEC requirements. That solution runs on R3's Corda enterprise chain. This year, the DTC launched a permissioned blockchain testnet for various trials, which uses Hyperledger, the Ethereum compatible blockchain. Now, each time I see Hyperledger, I think of IBM, and every time I see IBM, I think of XLM, because IBM's World Wire actually runs on XLM. And it's really interesting because, as I will explain here in a bit, currency also has some things that run on and rely heavily upon XLM. So DTCC now owns Securrency. It is asset tokenization at its finest. Project Ion, R3 and DTCC equals tokenized securities. XDC is the leading token of value on R3 Corda, and the DTCC processed 2.37 quadrillion in 2021. Now, it does say that XDC is the leading token of value on R3 Corda, but I want to highlight again that R3 Corda is heavily involved with the DTCC, but R3 also links up to SBI R3 Japan, which goes into SBI, which then eventually gets you into Ripple and XRP, being able to be used in the R3 Corda platform with publicly available code. The R3 Corda platform was originally tested with XRP back in 2018, but it was allegedly not ever actually implemented. That's because of a lot of things, but it doesn't really make sense to me that these financial institutions that are so tied into Ripple in one way or another would not have at least some interest in being able to use XRP in the R3 Corda platform. So if we go back into more on DTCC, in 2022, DTCC's subsidiaries processed securities transactions valued at more than 2.5 quadrillion. So here we have a couple of highlights. We're talking about DTCC, R3, and Project Ion. DTCC to create a golden copy, and it is using blockchain technology to create a replica of its golden copy of record, which we just saw is primarily for regulatory compliance. The Project Ion technology can advance more, and I think that's from 2022. But that and other kinds of distributed ledger technology can handle more than 100 million average daily trading volumes in the US equities markets. So that was just talking about Project Ion, because that did have to do with US equities. So here we just have another reminder, but there is some more information in here that is interesting. So Securrency and Zinfin official partner to empower DeFi and compliance on the XDC network. We've got some key points in that Securrency will deploy its digital asset composer platform on the XDC network, and I do have a bit more information on that, which will allow XDC users to create DeFi protocols and fractionalize or tokenize real-world assets and build custom utility NFTs. The composer will be integrated with Securrency's compliance-aware token framework and compliance oracle, which will enable users to issue compliant tokens and exchange them across different venues and jurisdictions. There we are actually talking about security tokens, which reminds me of things like INX and LCX. That will also allow identity-proofed persons to recover lost or I can't say ST's assets. So keep on moving here. This is more on the digital asset composer, and the next thing is what that is from the actual DTCC site. So it is a platform that establishes an interconnected development ecosystem. That's a bunch of buzzwords. It'll compose new smart contract based investment products, which is a no-code, low-code platform for enterprises, developers, and verifiers to create decentralized apps. So one of the big things about R3 is that they talk about D-apps or decentralized apps a whole lot, which is actually shown here, right? Core dApps, it's that same kind of verbiage on here. So this is the benefits, which most of that was said right here in this tweet as well. So yes, this is a pretty big deal. Securrency and XDC teamed up to issue regulated securities to exchange through different venues on the XDC network. DTCC processes trillions of securities each day, and they want to further tokenization efforts. Securrency will further empower XDC network users to create institutional grade assets and protocols by integrating its composer platform with Securrency's compliance-aware token framework and the Securrency compliance oracle. That looks like the same article I just read, so that's always fun. Okay, so here is a little bit more from December 11th. This is an announcement, but it is just talking about how DTCC closes its acquisition of blockchain-based financial technology firm Securrency to drive development of the digital post-trade infrastructure, and it is rebranded as DTCC Digital Assets. So they retired the currency name outright, and it is renamed, and it will operate as a business within DTCC, reporting into blah blah blah. Okay. So here's a little bit from that site I was on. So DTCC Digital Assets, formerly Securrency, is helping clients create and launch asset marketplaces that drive higher liquidity. That's the key word, liquidity, and grow new revenue streams. Its capabilities enable it to tokenize assets such as equities, fixed income, funds, and more, which is huge. It can integrate with financial systems and other chains, embed compliance, identity, security, transaction, and liquidity rules into the tokens themselves. It's interesting because XRP and XLM, in particular XLM, has the clawback feature, and they also have the asset freezing feature as well, which is unfortunately critical for these kinds of institutional and very large enterprise organizations to actually want to adopt them and be able to adopt them because of regulatory compliance issues. But they are also providing account management and wallet services as well. So just as a reminder, again, 2.5 quadrillion and its depository subsidiary provided custody and asset servicing for securities issued from over 150 countries and territories valued at 72 trillion USD. That's a little bit more from the same announcement. But yeah, it's a lot of value. So here is a map that was originally put together by XX1133122111, which is who I get a lot of these maps for, that put together all of this information in a very easily internalizable, if that's a word, way, right? So we can obviously see that that we have XLM connected into currency, and we've got XLM, XRP, Ethereum, EOS. I don't really know much about this, don't care about ETH, but we've got XLM and XRP in there, with all of these other very large financial institution types. So the whole thing about currency, which is now rebranded DTCC Digital Assets, is that it connects innovators to financial networks via decentralized services to facilitate automated regulatory compliance and technology for blockchain, and unlocks liquidity. Now, in my next video, I'll go more into the connections to Ripple and XRP here, but just keep in mind that whenever you hear liquidity, that immediately reminds me of Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform, which was created as a legal workaround due to the drawn out XRP related SEC lawsuit.